If you look at the way the crisis started in the USA with these subprime mortgages, as they're called, i.e. mortgages taken out by poor people in the USA to buy homes because they didn't have incomes large enough to make any significant savings themselves, ended up being overburdened and unable to pay. And the two important factors behind that are relevant for public sector and unions are this. Firstly, the income of workers in the USA had hardly risen in real terms for about 10 years. Yeah? So as all costs were rising, despite the fact there was economic growth, all of it was being taken by company profits. None of it was going to the workers. So workers weren't seeing any increase in their income. And that meant that increasingly they had to borrow to live, and in particular to get housing. And to a greater or lesser degree, that's been true worldwide over the last 20, 30 years almost, that actually workers' share in income has really gone down, that very much of the growth has been taken by profits. It might not be too much of an exaggeration to say that if workers' incomes worldwide had been 10% higher, 20% higher than they were, the crisis may well never have happened. It's that clear that wage rises and greater equality in distribution of income could have avoided the problem. The second way it's relevant to what the public sector does is that all these poor people in the States were expected to take out mortgages to try and buy their own homes, partly because there's almost no public housing program in the USA. In most other advanced countries and in many developing countries, it's one of the key roles of the state of providing social housing for rent to low-income people who can't afford to buy their own homes, and that's been characteristic of a lot of economies over the year. If the United States had had the same kind of social housing programs in the public sector as other advanced countries have, then again the crisis may never have arisen, because these people would not have been forced to take out mortgages that they couldn't afford. So higher pay for the workers and better public services could have avoided the world ever reaching the economic crisis. Why?